irregular verbs, irregular yo form verbs. We've got 4 categories. Those 4 categories are go verbs, SCO verbs, irregular verbs, and irregular with stem change. Okay, so I'm just going to do one example from each group. The other ones follow suit. Okay, the other ones in each category do the same thing as these that I'm going to put up here. They are irregular. I'm sorry, they are irregular in their yo form for sure, and then for the most part, all of them return back to normal conjugation for their other conjugations, for the other 4 conjugations. So let's take a look at the go verb poner. Poner means to put, like to put something on a table, to put something in a box. Let's take a look at poner. Well, if you know it's going to be irregular in the yo form, that's the first one. So let's take a look. We know it's a go verb, so they're telling us what that first irregular yo ending is going to be. So our yo form is pongo. Now it goes back to being normal. Here is our stem. Think back to how we conjugate verbs. We remove the ER ending here, and then we add our conjugated ending. That makes it pones. And then we have pone, ponemos, and ponen. Alright? So that is the infinitive verb poner. Let's take a look at conducir. Well, it's a SCO verb, so that means that is what our irregular yo is going to look like. So it is going to be conduzco. Perfect. Conduzco. Well, after that, we just said it's an irregular yo form verb. After that, it's not irregular. So it becomes conduces, conduce. And what type of verb is this? As far as endings go, it's an IR verb. So our nosotros form will be conducimos, and then our last form will be conducen. Alright? Very good. Now, ver is somewhat irregular also because there really aren't enough letters in it to have a normal conjugation. So let's take a look. Our yo form is veo, to form ves, and so on. Ve, vemos, and ven. Now, the reason it's irregular, because what I have taught you so far is that you remove the ER, the IR, or the AR and add the conjugated endings, but in this case, it's irregular, so if you do that, you're left with nothing. You're left with just the letter V, and that doesn't work out. Our conjugated endings don't work out with just VO, okay? So we make it veo, ves, ve, vemos, and ven. Alright? Now the irregular verb with the stem change, let's take a look. Here is our stem change for decir, and there is our irregular yo conjugation. So it goes from decir in the infinitive to digo as the yo form. So digo, and then stem change stays the same, but now we go back to regular endings. Dices, dice, decimos, remember no stem change in the nosotros, and back to stem change in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. Alright? Those are your irregular yo verbs. Let's erase here so we can move on to the next item, which is saber and conocer. All I'm going to do is give you a little bit of explanation and the conjugations of those 2 verbs. Alright? Alright, I'm trying to watch the screen over there to make sure I'm erasing in all the right spots there. It's not as easy. This is like being a weatherman. Alright, some of my lines aren't going away. Okay. There we go. Alright. So let's talk about saber and conocer. Alright? They both mean to know. They both mean to know. But think about saber as being facts and data and things that you remember in your brain, like lyrics to a song, specific poetry, things that you remember by memory, things that have definite answers, the facts and data. And then think of conocer as more like being familiar. Okay? Being familiar, knowing someone slash a place. Being familiar with that place. Okay? That's the difference between these two. Now, the irregular conjugations of saber are se is the irregular yo, and then it becomes normal. Sabes, sabe, sabemos, and saben. Conocer is conozco, and then it becomes regular again. Conoces, conoce, conocemos, and conocen. Okay? So there are the ways you use saber and the ways that you use conocer. You have the items that you use with saber on one side, the items with conocer on the other, and then you have your conjugations. Alright? Good luck. Ask me questions, email, tweet me, ask me in class anything you need to know about these two verbs.